Greetings! I'm Epiktek, and this is Epiktek. It is a miserable day here. Pouring rain, but that's okay. That's okay. We've got some inside work to do. We are going to build a kitchen today because I'm dealing with food more than I want to deal with food. So we're going to be jumping back into cooking for blockheads and Pam's Harvest Craft and that kind of thing. And there's all sorts of fun things we can do that make that whole thing easier. So I've decided that I want to actually place my kitchen right here. Let's also sleep, get rid of the rain. Oh, so much better. All right. So let's do this. At cooking for blockheads, as we played with the Cooking for Blockheads 1 book before, we haven't played with any of the rest from this mod, and there's a lot to it. As a matter of fact, one of the best parts of it is the cooking table. Now, the cooking table requires Cooking for Blockheads 2, which is Cooking for Blockheads with a couple of crafting tables and 2 diamonds. Now, I only brought back 1 from the last time we were down over in the diamond area, so I'm going to run back and get 1 more really quick. Let's see, it was this way. See, I got my little markers here. Yep, and then this way. It's easy to get lost in these areas. Back this direction, and then right over here. We'll get... Yeah, oh well. I was kind of hoping my luck would turn, but it's okay. By the way, speaking of food too, this area here, I did a little bit more exploring, and I found some good stuff, but I didn't grab it because I wanted you guys to see it. Let's see. Of course, I got to figure out where it was. Was it this way? No, it was this way. I think. Down here? I just went in a circle. Yeah, okay. I think it might have been down here. I cleared out all, well, a space to walk through these spider webs. If I come this way... Did I just do a big circle again? Yep, I just did a big old circle. Well, I know another way to get there. We'll go a different way. For now, let's start working on this Cooking for Blockheads stuff, and we'll come back to that. So we're gonna need some wood. We're gonna make ourselves 2 crafting tables. And now we have a Cooking for Blockheads 2. Now, Cooking for Blockheads 2 is a special book because when you have something in your inventory, it's showing that I can make fresh water and salt from the 2 water buckets I have. Salt is just a pot and a water bucket, but I don't have the tools necessary, so I would have to grab the pot, but it'll actually make things in your inventory from what you have, as opposed to just telling you what to look up. But we're going to skip that step. We're actually going to jump straight to the cooking table. So we're going to need stone and terracotta, which is smelted clay. So let's really quickly get some clay starting. And if I'm remembering correctly, we're going to need a lot of this stuff. Well, hey, now we've got some extra time. Let's head over, and I'm going to show you what I found through a different entrance. It was over here somewhere. This way. I think. Yes. You see that right there? This abandoned mine shaft actually has quite a few of these minecarts with chests, and they have tons of high-tier foods in them. So, Yes, please. The hard part is actually carrying it back, but I've got some tricks for that too. And I'll take that stuff too. And there's a few of these around. Let me just do that. I saw some others from the distance. I didn't want to grab it all, just in case you guys wanted to see. And I'm thinking, let's do this. We'll stick all the food in there. And then, the lovely thing about these is that you can pick them up. Now, these won't combine anymore because... Now I don't know which one's which either. Ooh, scary noises. But, we'll actually be able to carry that all in one space. Ooh, that's deep. Okay. We're not going to go there yet. Let's look around. I know that there's at least one more around here. So guys, I want to know in the comments, do you like seeing me find new things like this? I try to cut down, or I try to do most of my mining expeditions in between episodes because they can get long and boring, and a lot of it's just wandering around looking for stuff and not finding it. But if you enjoy seeing me find this stuff, then let me know. Let me know what part you enjoy the most. Okay. I love exploring these, but it can get old pretty quick if you're watching somebody else do it. Here we go. Here's another one. Ooh. Punch 2. Melon seeds. That's nice. All kinds of good stuff. Is that the one? Nope. It's this one. And I'm pretty sure there's at least one more. If not many more. I'm starting to wonder. Of course, I'm also pretty well lost at this point. At least I know I won't starve to death. Uh-huh. There's another one right here. Nice. More stuff. Oh, another one. Good grief. Okay. I'm completely full. Well, not completely full because I have another one of these crates. Is this all new? My goodness. Oh my. Another one. A mystery wrapped in tinfoil. Put this premium hiding enhanced capacitor in different machines to find out what it does. Or ask Aunt Google. Okay. That's new. Technomagical marvel. This good, insatiable enhanced capacitor is the property of Randolph the Tinkerer. Unauthorized removal is unauthorized. That would be by definition true. I don't think I ever have to deal with food ever again. What do I do with my pick? Did I put it in here somehow? Where did my pick go? What the happened? And there's my pick. No clue. No clue what happened there. That was really weird. I am not going to worry about it. Okay. I don't really need any more aluminum. So we've got a very interesting thing going on here. We are going to have to definitely come back and explore this further. But for right now, I kind of just want to get home. Oh, good jump. Okay, I'm seeing a lot more torches here. That's good news. Yes, here it is. Ooh. think this is the way out. This is definitely the way out. Okay. Let's go build a kitchen now that we don't need any food. So here's the other thing. I've got all these foods in here. And here, we'll throw in a few more because these are things I made before I went in there. Get those seeds out of there. So these are all foods that I could eat. Actually, I don't want the bread in there because bread I can turn into something better. But these are all foods that I would want to eat. And some of these foods I have eaten recently and aren't going to give me as much nutritional value as others. So like these items down here I had made, and yeah, they're all going to give me diminished value. These up here aren't going to give me diminished value. So how do I know what to eat and what not to without going over each individual one and seeing whether it has diminished value or not? Well, here's the trick. Spice of Life has 3 different items, and that's all. And this is the mod that makes it so that you have to eat a variation of foods. So it's got the food journal, which will show you what you've eaten, which, you know, honestly, you can just roll over and see if you've eaten something recently. The lunchbox and the lunch bag. Now, the lunch bag is made from 4 pieces of paper. It's really cheap and easy to make, and it has, I think, 3 slots in it. The lunch box is the upgraded version, and we can definitely do that. Weighted pressure plates. We need 2 more iron. There we go. So we're going to make ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, and that, and we've got ourselves a lunchbox. The lunchbox has 6 slots in it, but it has a couple of special properties. The first thing is, if you hold down Shift and you right-click it, it opens it up without opening the interface. Right-click on any object that has food in it, and it'll fill it up with foods. If you Shift right-click it again, it'll close, and now right-clicking without shifting will show you that you've got 2 of a whole bunch of different kinds of food, and you'll note that none of them I have eaten recently. It's going to automatically, here I'm going to Shift right-click this again, which is going to open it and make it edible. And if I hover over it, it's going to show me that if I eat this lunchbox, it's going to give me back 6 food and a whole bunch of satiation, or whatever that's called. So I'm going to do that, and yummy. Now it's choosing the next best food for me to eat, which right now is 5 hunger. But I'm only down 1.5. So let's go ahead and peek in here again, and we can see that the Supreme Pizza is now at 50% nutritional value because I just ate a Supreme Pizza. Right-click on this box again, and it's going to shift things around, and you'll note no Supreme Pizza anymore. It's actually smart enough to put that back and put something else in here. So you just kind of walk by whenever you feel like it, right-click on that, and it'll get you the right foods in your lunchbox, and continue on. Always bring a lunchbox with you. Let's see. Did we get some terracotta while we were gone? Yes, we did. Let's make ourselves, let's go back to cooking for blockheads. And let's make that cooking table. Do we have stone? We do not. We're also going to want to make ourselves an oven and a refrigerator and a sink and a whole bunch of other things. Actually, 3 iron ingots. We can make ourselves a sink. We're also going to want a lot of these tool racks, or at least a few of them, and a cooking table. See if we can get ourselves an oven. We need... Oh, it has to be black stained glass specifically. Okay. So glass and an ink sac. I can do that. I think I have ink sacs around here. Do I not have any ink sacs? I think I'm going to have to go find myself a squid, but we'll come back to that in a little bit. For now, let's start setting up our kitchen. So the first thing we're going to do is put down our cooking table right there. Why not? Nice and center. This is going to show us, based on what we have in our inventory and what's in all of the nearby inventories, what we can make. Now, there's no nearby inventories quite yet, but let's put a sink in. I just noticed it says water a lot of millibuckets. This basically is infinite water. I don't want to do that. If you right click on it, it kind of makes splashing. It's kind of cute. That provides water to any any recipes that need it. The next thing I want to do is put up some tool racks. We'll go ahead and put those. Can I put them here? Ugh. No, that looks awful. I want this to look good, guys. And now we're going to take all of our actual tools. So mortar and pestle, saucepan, pot, mixing bowl, all these guys. And we're going to place them up on these little tool racks. Cool, huh? And there we go. The full complement. So right now, I don't think those are connected. Let's see. Yeah, missing tools. So it doesn't know that those are there because you actually have to have a contiguous connection, and there's nothing in this space to connect that to this. But we're going to be making more stuff, so that's okay. So a chest and an iron door, and actually we want 2 of those. Do I have an extra chest? I do. So we'll do that, and we're going to get 2 fridges. And these look great. In my opinion, this just looks really cool. See, it actually is smart enough to make them connect. And if you shift right click, it'll open up and you can actually see what's stored inside of that. So if I throw some redstone in there, you can actually see it on the shelf there. Pretty cool, huh? And I think that now if I come in here, yeah, so click to see recipe, click again to craft, it's going to make me salt, which is normally an absolute pain to make. It's just obnoxious. You have to fill a bucket, put it in the inventory with a pot. Once you do, well, here, I'll show you. So normally you would have to do this. Right click and then get yourself your pot. You put the pot in here, you put the water bucket in here, you get your salt, which empties the water bucket. Then you got to put your other bucket in, get salt, and you got to keep doing that. And it gets really tedious really quickly. This handles it all for you. Salt, and you just keep clicking and it keeps making salt. Just that simple. By the way, mine carts and iron doors melt down into iron. Hey, I got some calamari while I'm at it. Can I just make 3? No, I have to make 8, don't I? Darn it. There we go. There we go. The oven. There's a few other things in here that we can make, like a spice rack, which is really just, you know, it's just a graphical thing. And then just a regular kitchen counter, which is storage. And it looks nice. So I'll throw that there. We'll throw the oven over here or something like that. Yeah, so now we can actually tell it to cook our calamari that we happen to have on us. But it's not going to be able to. So it's going to automatically place one in the oven, but it's not going to cook because there's no fuel in here. So we're going to have to work on that. Eventually we can upgrade this to take power, but we're not quite doing power yet. So also, I didn't even notice you can actually store these guys in there. Pot, pan. Oh, that's cool. It actually shows them sitting on the top like that. That's neat. Which means I've got a little bit more room to put some things in these spots. I mean, honestly, you could take all of these and just dump them into a cabinet and it would still work just fine. But I like it looking nice. Maybe it's just me. The other thing I like is that the drawer system works really well as, with this. So storage drawers, if we take this down, we can place that right up there. Take this one down, place that up there, and we can actually put this tool rack there. Oh, and if I'm not mistaken... Hang on, let me see something. I think you can actually place the cutting board right there. Yeah, neat. I shift right-clicked that, by the way. So I could actually just take these and kind of have them sitting like that. I'm not sure about the look of them having the same color as the walls, though. I think we might have to find a different kind of wood. I'm not going to spend the entire episode trying to make this look pretty, I promise. But I know you guys like me to put a little effort in. And I want to. Here, I can put this over there. That'll be kind of my little, that's my pantry stuff, you know? Oh, and I almost forgot. We've got these bees out here. And they've gone through one cycle, which means that we now have a new queen bee, which we can place right back in there. Let's go ahead and take all of this stuff. Some of these items can be used as is, but some have to be pressed. So we can actually use these bee grubs. Let's grab all the food out of here. Go place it in our brand new kitchen. This is kind of limiting my abilities here. We're going to put that over here. And then we're going to... No, that doesn't work either. There we go. Refrigerator in that corner. And then we'll put the oven underneath this window here. And then we need to make ourselves a corner counter, which is stone and... Yeah, we need more stone and we need more terracotta, which means we need more clay. I'm going to have to do some gathering, everybody. I'll be back. Okay, so what do you think of the kitchen so far? I'm just going to dump all this stuff in here. Plenty of room. Okay, so let's look at something else in Pam's. Here it is. So there's a few different actual like blocks in Pam's. There's a market that will allow you to trade emeralds for various different seeds. So if you're looking for just the right kind of seed or whatnot, this is a great place to get it. And there's also the shipping bin, which is basically like a craftable villager. You can trade in your produce for emeralds. So emeralds really aren't an issue in this game. There's also traps for gathering various different types of animals. You got to fill them with bait. We'll probably play with those later. So the presser is going to be what we need to do a few different recipes, but let's get one going. So piston and iron. And there we go. We've got ourselves a presser. So I want to place my presser right there. And if we find those, there we go, honeycomb and wax combs. If we throw a honeycomb in there, it's actually going to turn each one of those into one honey and one pressed wax. Honey is a replacement for sugar in most recipes, though there are some that actually require honey specifically. And pressed wax can be used to make candles as well as hardened leather. Hardened leather can be used to make hardened leather armor, but it can also be used to make a saddle. So if you haven't been able to find a saddle, here's your trick. 4 pieces of leather, 4 pieces of pressed wax. Let's see how these look in here. They look okay. Don't like it. I don't like it. No, gonna need something else. Okay, so we'll deal with that later. We've got most of our stuff in here anyway. Oh, actually, I've got to spot for those items. And I also want to make some flour and that kind of thing. So, but here, take a look at this. So we've got a whole bunch of different items that we can now make with what's available to us. And we can still sort it by hunger restored. So I could make myself a foot long because we've got all of these. And of course, all of these items as well. As a matter of fact, if we do a fish sandwich, by the way, it's click and then click again to get one. We can also make a leafy fish sandwich, which is just stick a piece of lettuce on a fish sandwich. So there we go. Now we have a leafy fish sandwich. And I can go chuck this in here, but there's no room. So I'm going to take the potatoes out of there. One other thing to be aware of, if you're looking through this and you find, actually, let's see, let's go back this way. Some of these items can be made from a lot of different materials. So, for example, flour can be made from wheat, but it can also be made from potatoes, chestnuts, beans, barley, and each one of those, well, will use the item. So if you want to use up potatoes, make sure that that's on there, and you can click here. Now it's going to use potatoes. If I go here and click, it's going to use wheat. So general idea, fairly obvious. Flour, by the way, is very useful to have around and can actually be used in a lot of different recipes. I like my kitchen so far. There is another thing that we need to get, though. Actually, there's a few more things we need to get. First of all, there are some upgrades for some of these items, specifically the fridge. So the ice unit requires 3 snowballs, but then you can make as much snow and ice as you need for recipes, which is great for like smoothies and stuff. Do I have any snowballs? I don't. Have I seen any snow? Oh yeah, there's some up on there. Let's go get some snow. I changed my mind. We're going to do that next episode. Next episode is going to be the adventuring episode, the exploring episode. We're going to go over and we're going to get some snow and we're going to see what else is out in that direction. We're also going to go up to the slime island, which is over there. Oh, actually, we've got 2 of them. There's one there and there's one over there. Do we have any more on the horizon? Don't see any more, but at least those 2. We can go to one of them. We don't need to go to both. And we're also going to look into some various different faster travel means, including a horse. I think we'll tame a horse. We're also going to look at the map mods that are in this mod pack. Because I've mentioned before, there is no journey map. That's the easy way out, and this is meant to be a challenge. So there are a couple of other map mods. I caved a little bit on one of them to simplify. We'll do a little bit of mapping of our environment, and we'll see what's around, because there are a few things that we need to find that aren't within view as far as I can tell. We need to find them. Okay, so let's do one more thing for the kitchen, and for that I'm going to need a bucket of milk. I'm also going to grab the cow itself while I'm at it. So Cooking for Blockheads has something called a milk jar. And, oh good, we get to use up the black stained glass, because I wasn't going to need that for anything else. This is the recipe. Let me grab that milk bucket back, and we can place this on the counter. Place it right there. And let's go ahead and put the cow down right there. And this will actually hold milk. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, you're fine. You know what? Here, gimme. So, I now have 1 bucket of milk in this jar, and that's available to recipes. So if I look in here, I should find myself with the option to make like cheese and that kind of thing. Where's cheese here? We can search up here. Cheese. No? Why can't I make cheese? Cheese requires a bucket of milk, a pot, and salt. I have salt. I have a bucket of milk. Wait, milk 0. Milk stored. Weird. Okay. Can I make cheese now? No. Why are you being weird? It's still not letting me make cheese. Where'd my milk go? What is going on? Pick them up, put them back down again. I've got milk. So if I right click on this, my milk empties as soon as I open this up. That's weird. No, don't go upstairs. Well, it doesn't really matter because we're going to change this. I'm going to put that pot back there, and we're going to be not using the regular milk jar that should work, but apparently doesn't. We're going to be using something different. Let's see. We're going to put this jar right there. And then we're going to really quickly make an anvil, which I believe is this recipe right here, if it hasn't changed over the years. Yep, there we go. And we're going to place the cow there, and the anvil there. And that just jammed the cow into the jar. And now we have a cow in a jar. Because that's how things work. Hello, cow. How are you doing? Is it cramped in there? Anyway, so this will slowly fill up with milk over time. And it will provide milk to recipes. So if we wait until that's got at least one full bucket, we'll be able to make some cheese out of that. There we go. We've got almost 3 buckets worth. Let's make ourselves some cheese. It does work. Yay. So that's 1 cheese, and we'll make 1 butter. Do we not have... We can't make butter? What does butter require? Butter requires... Ah, that's right. It actually requires cream. And cream is made from milk in a mixing bowl, so we just need to make cream first. So cream, and then we can make butter with that. So now we have 1 butter and 1 cheese. And that should open up some more recipes for us. Well, we've got cornflakes with milk. There we go. Chicken parmesan. That's got cheese in it. And potato cakes have butter. So, one last thing. I know I keep saying that, but this is actually going to be the last thing. We are going to make another Cooking for Blockheads book, which is... Oh, that's right. It's just a book in the smeltery. Now, using this book, we're just going to place it in the crafting area. And we're going to get a Cooking for Blockheads No Filter Edition. So this shows all food completely unfiltered by what you have in your inventory. So if I sort by hunger, I can actually find all the highest, best things. And now we know exactly what it's going to take. You know, we're going to have to go through the process to get there, but... The beef Wellington, if I remember correctly, is one of the best things, and it's actually one of the easier ones. The beet burger is pretty complicated, corned beef hash, the delighted meal. Anyway, you get the idea. So this is the way, you know, using this technique, we could actually go and find, oh, this is another nice one, sausage and bread. You get the idea. So we're going to keep that around here somewhere. Wouldn't mind like putting it up somewhere. Be cool if I could place it like on that, but no. Well, we'll stick it in there. I think we've got a good, solid working kitchen. I need to put some storage drawers up top like that and maybe start putting some things in them, but I think we're good for now. So make sure and come back next episode for some exploration. I'm excited to get up to that slime island and show you one of my favorite items in this entire mod pack. It's a lot of fun. I promise. But anyway, you know the drill. Hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe, comment, tell me what you think. Grab yourself some bee products. Drop by the Discord. Maybe even check out my Patreon page. See if you want to, you know, join us. It's up to you. That's all I can think of. So, I'll see you next time on Epiktek.